Crypto crackheads, cryptillions, ladies and gentlemen, since the 15,500 low, Bitcoin has been in the same trading channel. It has fallen out twice. New viewers, I am exceptionally confident in the analysis that if you fall out once, then twice out of a trading channel, no matter the time frame, this exact same channel can be made on a 5-second chart over the course of an hour and a half. And it could look identical to this, and I bet there is a spot in Bitcoin price history, and I've seen it thousands of times, channels play out. Once you fall out a second time, you don't get back in, and getting back in, and that second time can possibly look like a failure pattern. It'll usually be a lower high to the current high, or an equal high if it takes longer, and then does a surprise up to get rejected, but you don't have permission to live back inside of the trading channel, and I'm either going to put my foot in my mouth, or over the course of a few weeks here, we're going to see the channel rules play out on this channel. And for new viewers, to help you stick around, we have really done very well with the last price analyses that we've done. The things that I drew on my charts in the last two public YouTube videos are pretty much what's happened. So let's take a quick peek here. And I want to show you how this might work. Bitcoin might dip below the 14-month-long channel without proving it as resistance and falling out. Rather, dip below it just to test the weekly 10, immediately in a V-shape type of, over the course of maybe 2 days. So kind of a V-shape on the 1 or 4 hour charts, right? And on a daily candle, it would look like candle, candle, candle. That specific one, I should have, so right now, you have clear. And so now that has happened, I'm going to zoom into here, put on some more analysis that I threw on there, check it out. So I made that video here, right? And I said it would come down. It actually went a little past the weekly 10. The weekly 10 is not on here. Yes, I'm still here. And it has gone right back up to where I drew. See that? That's exactly what I drew. And then after this move happened, I made this video to give you an idea. You need this sharp 42,333 line on your chart. Resistance at 42,333. And this exact line got the pump from the Wyckoff. And so in this analysis, I let you know that I think it's going to either get rejected or live above there and get rejected by the blue line, which is the bottom of the 14-month-long channel. And now let's take a look at what price has done since then, and it's always more fun to look at price live. I promise you, new viewers, if you've never seen this, there's a replay button, and so now you can see I made that first video here, and all the things that I drew thereafter, pretty dang similar looking, get almost perfectly rejected from my channel line that was already there, and here is the macro sharp horizontal that I tried to let everybody know why it was important, why it needs to be on your chart. If we go down to the 5-minute chart, look at this exact line. Look at the precision. Look. So we have been kicking butt on the micro time frames and kicking butt on the midterm time frames. Can you even see the wick right here? Can you see that little thing, ladies? Yeah, here we go. Check that out. So we've been really kicking butt on the short-term time frames, and that's why I'm really excited to see if my 14-month channel line in the end is going to prevail, or if crypto news, some type of adoption is going to break that rule for the first time that I've ever seen in my lifetime. So what we're going to do here is we're going to zoom into current price, and I'm going to let you know where I think price is going next. Get ready. Let's go. Returning viewers only, this is when you take the moment to, on your cell phones, click the screen, make the thumbs up and the menu bar pop up, and hit the thumbs up right now, or on your computers, just click it. New viewers, wait, hang around, don't hit anything yet until you are satisfied with what you have seen. Here we go. So now what we have is this from my one video ago. I said you need this line on your chart, and I explained all the reasons why and how price might interact. My main guess was it would come up here, get rejected, want to play around, and then it's going to fall out. I think it does have a chance to hit here, play around, hit it again, and maybe even again. Oop, not like that. Price can't go left, Tim. So it could just creep up this line all the way to where? To the yearly open, something I've also asked everybody to put on their line. It's roughly 46K, but exactly, this is the yearly closure of 2021 for spot, the green one, and the orange is the yearly for spot price on average, and then the yellow one is CME, Bitcoin price, yearly closure of 2021. And Bitcoin price has already shown that this would be a very, very nice spot to put in an aggressive lower high, an aggressive lower high. So we only had 3 spots for lower highs. Given that, you don't have permission to do anything better. We had this target as the lowest one, this as my favorite, which is what is hit right now. And again, it could keep hitting my favorite one and go a little higher, and it actually might hit the third, but still be hitting my favorite. I just don't know how many times it's going to bump its head on here. Or what it might do is go straight up to the 46K area and then fall back out of the channel, and then this should be a death sentence. If you do a failure pattern above, go out a third time, it's done. Like you don't really, I've never seen anything do anything better than that. So that is what we're looking at here. And so far, from here, I said, I think it's going to dip down first and then come back up. Like it seems to be following plans. And again, I'm the only reason, I cannot stress this enough. The only reason I'm confident that it needed to come out and get back in is because, or in general for my analysis, is because I've seen channels behave so many thousands of times. I can't stress this enough. So many thousands of times. And this is why I'll put my foot in my mouth. And I just, and there are so many great indicators saying, look, this looks just fine. Are you kidding me? We are on top of the 2024, this year's open. Our yearly candle's green. This structure looks fine. Yeah, you took out a daily high. You know, you kind of dipped down, took out this area, but we are back on top, improving the yearly open as support. And if we get a green yearly candle that can stay green, we're going to hit new highs this year. And it will be an quote unquote either an early bull run or it's going to be a triple top. Then we'll jump back down to like the 30Ks. And so that is what, like, look how nice this is. It is proving this as support. And so there are all sorts of, another reason why this is exciting outside of my overconfidence of how channels should work, and if I'm wrong, it's going to be fun. I guess it'll be fun for you all to watch too. It'll be fun for me, I'll literally put my foot in my mouth. I will on camera, and I'll make a thumbnail my literal foot in my mouth if I'm that flexible. Might have to do some stretches for a couple weeks first, but there are all sorts of signs outside of the interaction, price's current bullish interaction on top of the 2024 yearly candle open. Right? There are way more indicators, and I don't know which one is going to play out. But I'm very, very confident that my laws of channel, the laws of physics on how Bitcoin can and cannot move, my laws of physics say that we have to be looking for a lower high here, period. A lower high to the current yearly high of 48 and change. And therefore, there are only a certain amount of ways price can ever move, given that I feel that I've correctly identified the lines and levels that big money is clearly looking at. And I already know, we can confirm now that this line that I asked everybody to put on last time, we now know from the 5-minute chart that it's definitely what's happening. And we've already confirmed the bottom of my channel line is what definitely big money is looking at because of how it interacted in an odd way. This is not a common way to interact with the bottom of the channel line after you fell out. So this is when it fell out for 80 days and went down to 25K. Right? And then we could clearly identify this line is not just real, but bigger money is looking at it because it rode it on both sides. That means there was a real battle of bulls, even though the bulls were kicking ass. All those higher lows on that line. Very, very improbable way to interact with that line. Very bullish in improbable way. But it confirmed that as a line of vision for some of the biggest players moving Bitcoin, whether that's hedge funds and algos, doesn't matter. Whoever has the most money. So now we know what we're working with, and we know the laws of how price moves on there. And we know that resolution of this triangle is going to be exciting. Because if we get resolution to the upside, the only thing holding my theory back is the yearly candle opens at roughly 46K. And if it gets back up here and does this again, I could be totally wrong. And we're either going to have an early bull market, and we're going to see at the exact point, we'll know when I'm wrong. It'll be super easy to tell, right? Because it's just, if it gets above the yearly open of these areas, and it used this 14-month thing as a support, then we're either going to on an early bull market, or it will be a triple top somewhere close to 65 to 70K. It probably won't hit 64 exactly or 69 exactly. It'll be roughly in that area. Maybe even 60 to 70K, but just an equivalent triple top. And we'll know that is initiated once this is passed, and we'll know, and then I'll make my foot in my mouth. And so that process of logic is how I'm able to point and click in Bitcoin. Essentially, even if I make 2 or 3 guesses, I'm almost always able to guess the price paths of Bitcoin. Many times I'm wrong. And if you want to see the last time I was wrong, new viewers, even though my community has, I've made plenty of tags, the last 4 or 5 times I was dead wrong. The last time I got it wrong real bad. And so new viewers, that's when you hit the thumbs up button, because when do YouTubers let you know the last time they were wrong? So the last time was totally wrong is when it was September 2023. Bitcoin broke its weekly trend. It closed a candle here in September 23 below the weekly low there. And it's either an 8 out of 9 times that's ever happened to the going from up to not uptrend. You broke an uptrend. I think that happened on the weekly 9 times prior. 8 of those 9 got the correct trend for 6 to 8 months. There was only one fake out ever, and that was the second one. And so 8 out of 9 is a pretty damn good probability. Technically, statistically insignificant, not enough sample size, but 8 out of 9, I felt pretty confident. And I was wrong. That was a fake, that was a bear trap. I got caught in a bear trap, a statistically winning idea on my end, but it lost. Just like if you are going to be paid if you roll a 1 through 5 on a dice, 1 through 5, right? But you rolled a 6 and you don't get to win money. All you had to do is roll 1 through 5 and you rolled a 6 and you were wrong. And that's roughly, it's not exactly the same odds, but that's roughly what happened to me there. So here's the question though. And so here's the predicament in being wrong in analysis. So here's I'm going into more things. This is good free YouTube information, but this is how you deal with it. Here's a question that'll bake your noodle a little bit. Listen, should I analyze that situation differently next time, or should I go with the same guess? So that's like saying roughly, well, I just rolled a 6. I don't want those 1 through 5 odds anymore. I'm going to go for the 6. So the next time this happens, I'm going to guess it's a trap. No, you go for the same odds. You go for the better odds, particularly if they're way over 50%. So now it's 8 out of 10 times that's happened roughly. And so I'm okay with 8 out of 10 odds, right? And so the next time the weekly trend breaks to the downside, I'm not going to be quite as confident, but I will be confident that is by far the most likely situation to happen, that we're looking for lower highs again, similar to how we are now, which is why this could be exciting, because if I'm wrong again on a macro weekly basis, then it'll be, then I'll have to add to the list of the last time I was wrong. All right. But that is the thing. Should I treat it differently next time, given that I had great odds and I was wrong? It's hard. And it might be easy to think of that, right? It might be easy to think of that, but it's not easy to act it out when you're actually there clicking. And those are the things we go over within the Discord community primarily. The psychology of how trading is similar to boxing. You can't just practice with a speed bag. You have to go in the ring and get punched in the face actually practicing. So the links to the Discord community, if you want to check that out, we meet up Tuesday through Friday, and the YouTube community gets tidbits as well. We do 2 live streams Tuesdays and Thursdays at, as of now, 12 p.m. noon New York, Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you can't make it, you can go on, leave your question, and I will timestamp it. I timestamp everything on there, but for free YouTube, I'm not timestamping stuff. So if you want to get a little bit more value, click and point to where you want to go. Get all the altcoin information, go straight there. Really accurate timestamps. And get the information you want quickly in and out. Go ahead and check out the community. Again, the join button is blue down below for the YouTube community, and for details on that, and the Discord community links are in the description section. On top of near all of the videos that I made in late 2021, 2022, trying to warn everybody how far altcoins were going to go down. If you haven't looked at those, you might take a quick second. Check out the Solana one in particular. It's 90 seconds long. New viewers, returning viewers, you just got Timified worldwide. Peace.